are just captivated by her. I think she's really a saint for our times, a saint that we need.
And the youngest saint to ever be canonized. At 11 years old, Maria Goretti died both a virgin and a martyr.
She said, "I would rather die than to lose my virginity."
It's that story that sent so many lining up down the center aisle of Good Shepherd Church just to touch the reliquary. But most were the touch of little hands, no bigger than the saint's own.
She wasn't a saint that led armies or who wrote great theological books or who fulfilled some aspect of the church that they really can't relate to. She was a kid just like them.
Maria Goretti was born in 1890 to an Italian farming family. Faced with poverty and their father's death, the Gorettis were forced to share a house with another family, the Serenellis. Their son Alessandro made advances on young Maria, who rejected. In fury, he stabbed her 14 times. But before she died, she forgave him, saying, "I want him with me in heaven forever." For the children here today, that message of forgiveness is a powerful one.
She forgave him for what he did to her, and I would love to be like her.
I want to be nice and to forgive other people too.
A story that resonated with me as a child as well. When I was 13, I chose Maria as my confirmation saint. Because of her action, Saint Maria is known as the patroness of mercy, the example of what Pope Francis desires the Church to become.
The 11-year-old girl who completely bowled over her assassin with her love of him and with her pardon of his great crime against her, she is the perfect saint to represent what it is that Pope Francis is trying to establish.
As Alessandro Serenelli served a 30-year sentence, Maria appeared to him one night in solitary confinement. She gave him 14 lilies, one for each of her mortal wounds. From that point on, he lived a life of holiness, which is why the Saint's Relic Tour begins and ends at death row prisons.
In death row, death is the last word. But Maria comes bringing a different word, the eternal word. And the last word of Jesus Christ, the eternal word, is life.
Serenelli became a Franciscan lay brother and pushed for Maria's canonization, a ceremony in 1950 with over 500,000 people, one among them her mother.
I was praying basically for my grandchildren so that they would grow in under her guidance and be kind and stay good as they become young adults.
That is everyone's hope as they kneel and touch the little saint's casket. But of all the saints whose relics Father Carlos ministers with, he says Maria Goretti is the one who by far has produced the most miracles. Reporting for Currents, I'm Michelle Powers.